on part 2 of Conspiracy Mondays.
So you have to do what you gotta do to survive. And so survival is manipulation, bullying, and greed. It is, you can't just be out here being fair, because then there's a lot of people who will stomp on you and try to hurt you. So I was getting to the point of these rapists. Okay, so rappers. You see all these white rappers now, and they dope. I have no problem, you know, Post Malone. We have Eminem, OG. We have Mac Miller, rest in peace. Like, my brain is not working, but I mean, I'm not gonna quote Bad Baby because that's kind of tacky. I don't got an issue with her. She's just, she's doing her. We have Iggy. I'm not gonna quote that either. There's a lot of good rappers out here. Black and white. You don't have to be a race to do a good job in music. That's what I'm saying is it shouldn't matter what race you are. We should all be embracing each other for equal rights. So when we have this thing that where we're usually here, and then it starts going like this, there's a shift in America or any country, you guys start watching. So the shift is, we got white women get into R&B. That was always the thing. That's good. We got a little mix, and then if we had some black people in country, that's good too. I like that we all can do everything. There's nothing wrong with sharing. It's just, when we have a lot of white rappers coming up now, what I used to remember growing up is white rappers weren't a thing. They were a thing, but it was becoming acceptable versus it's a thing. It is a thing now. It is. It's become a thing where everyone is dope. A dope rapper. White young women. White older men. We had the Beastie Boys back then. We had Eminem. We had, Vanilla Ice. Some past before that I can't wrap my mind around, but that's what I'm saying. But it was a black person. The black people kind of capitalized on it because that was what they knew. They were uneducated. They didn't have the same opportunities that they have now. So a lot of black men have.
Guys, I want to keep making awesome videos for you, so just press subscribe and like right now.
Hair, nails, or mostly hair, or rap, R&B, soul. We have barbershops. It's just not funny, but it's true. I'm just stereotyping. We have chicken places. I hate to even say it like that. And we have beauty schools. We have I felt ignorant. That's what I'm saying. And so when you have R. Kelly going to jail now, probably. You had Almost Jesse going to jail. We have Bill Cosby in jail. He was an iconic black man as the Family did, Bill Cosby. So I'm not saying he didn't do none of that stuff. I'm sure he did. But if we don't know, we weren't there. We only know what the witnesses said. And I'm not discrediting these witnesses. But sometimes we do prove that some people just want money. And it's sad. And I would hate to ever find out that these men got crucified and someone spilled the beans on their whole system, that they were really trying to penalize the part of America, the minority that makes us look good. Reason why I'm saying this is we want to put everyone away, right? Who deserves it. And if they truly deserve it, why is our president not there? Don't get mad at me. Let's just get here. So what do all these black men have in common? Okay, even Nipsey. We got XXX, we got Nipsey, we got, they're dead, right? They're dead, which sucks. And they had an impact in some way in their culture, Think about that. They're gunned down. Think about that. And we got white rappers popping up left and right to replace them. Now, I'm not saying, but all these OGs are dead. And we got white rappers dead too. From suicide, which is fair, and I'm not saying that's any different, but we have gunned down ones. Biggie, Tupac, we got Nipsey, we got XXX, and they have these significant styles and distinct patterns, and they all very, they just had an impact in some way that was different than everybody else. So they stood out. They were And we have these OG ones that are just getting old and not like really hitting the same crowd. And we got young ones popping up, but they doing stupid stuff and killing each other, man. But when we got white rappers that continue to live and still stand strong, and now that it's normalized, because white rappers weren't normalized when I was growing up, it was like new and interesting, and a lot of people were like, well, they ain't as dope as Eminem. Eminem is the only one we like. We don't like other white rappers. Like now it's normalized where a white rapper is cool, and black rappers are just part of the crowd. Same with when people get mad about cultural appropriation. If African American woman wears braids and people call her ghetto, she's gonna get heated, because that has nothing to do with her being ghetto. It's just an interpretation. You see Friday, and you see a girl with weave, or long nails, or braids saying bye Felicia. It's just it's a interpretation of how we see black communities. Most of the ghetto girls I knew had braids and were fighting, but that's because we give them a face. We give them a hairstyle. If you imagine someone who's a hick, you're going to think buck teeth, you're going to think, or a redneck. You're going to think redneck, red face, gaps in their teeth, maybe a little hay hat. That's a stereotype. It's not true. It's just part of their culture that we've seen mostly on TV and in person if you grew up on a farm. But black people were on farms too, so that's not just, it's a race thing. It's just our mindset. You'll go and see, look at the old Western shows we used to watch. We have the black shows we used to watch. You saw how they were back then. So if you see dreadlocks, if you see dreads, if you see braids, box braids, you're gonna think black people. It's just natural. Because that's what they portray on TV, and they're usually someone tapping their head because they're weave, and it's ghetto. So they play a ghetto character on TV, so our mind has created this picture of what ghetto is and what is fancy. You see a blonde with bouncy hair and blue eyes, you're gonna think a rich heiress, because you see that so much on movies and TV. It's just what we've been taught. It's not that we believe it. It's just what we know, what we've seen in school, what we've seen on white movies, on black movies, Medea movies. It's like our brains are already set to think a certain way when we grow up, because we're just constantly exposed to things out in our environment that look the same. And if you grow up in a ghetto neighborhood, you see all braids and everyone wants to get braids and their nails done, you're going to interpret it as a black thing. So you're going to be ignorant if you see a white person wearing it, because you're going to go, that's all I know. But it's not because you're thinking that. You just know that since you were around it so much. It's who you are. It's really just how your personality has become. It's not that you're ignorant, it's just you don't know any better. Which is why it really counts to get away from where you grew up and go travel the world, because it's going to help expose you to that whatever so you can come back and tell your folks to chill out, and that's not the only thing there is. But that requires a lot of people to be able to overcome what they know, do more for themselves, and even make enough money to travel. And sometimes you just can't. You're stuck in your area, and sometimes it's violent and dangerous. So going back to what I was saying, that's why we have this issue about cultural appropriation, is because people grew up in the ghetto. People grow up listening to rap and doing certain hairstyles and learning how to braid those hairstyles and learning their the way their hair works. So they're going to assume it's their style because they created it on their own head, and they know that it works better on them than in certain hair textures. So they're going to interpret it as their style. So when they see someone else on the opposite end wearing their style, and they grew up in an environment that never wears that style and only makes fun of that style and calls them ghetto, if they see him, they'll throw an egg at him, go, you're so ghetto and black with your braids and everything. That stuff happens, actually, which is sad. White people, racist people will call people niggers and throw things at their hair and make fun of their hair and nappy and everything like that, and braids, and that's why you don't have real hair. I've heard those things. Not about me, but other people who are dark skinned from racist white people. So, and vice versa. They'll talk about white people and how they're pale and pasty and looking like a ghost and vampire skin and something else, and talking about their hair looks like yarn. All that stuff. So it's not good. Either side being racist is not okay. So my point is, cultural appropriation. We wear weave. It's actually a protective hairstyle. Our hair is braided underneath. So a lot of times, the air, sometimes we want to change our hair up. And that's okay too. We don't owe anyone an explanation for how we do our hair. But our hair is braided up under that. And sometimes people have hair, just can't take care of their natural hair. And it's okay to cover it up. And we wear wigs too. Shoot, everyone wears wigs. Celebrities wear wigs. But I do my hair. I don't love this, but my hair will fall out if I don't do it. So everyone's hair is different, and you need to take care of it differently. And there's certain hair products, and there's certain hairdressers, and there's certain people who know how to take care of hair. And if you know braids work for you, and it's something that makes you comfortable and you just like it on you, go for it. And if it's something that you just want to wear, go for it. No one owns any hairstyles, but it's really just the impression of, we feel sometimes that people take our styles for granted. Both sides work hard on their hair, and we just want appreciation, and we want to be shown respect. If it looks nappy on me, you don't gotta compliment me, but you don't have to tell me I did my hair like this white girl who did her hair, but that was ignorant. I worked at Show Me's, I'm not gonna lie. I did my protective hairstyle. She happened to have a hairstyle, the same one, and it didn't matter to me, because my hair, I've done this before I worked there, after, and so they all liked it on her, and they said I looked like I just got out of jail, and they're all saying, oh, you got your hair done because she had it done, not because you actually were good, you wanted that hairstyle. And I was like, I didn't even know what to say. She's a white person with cornrows. They complimented her, told me I looked like I came from jail, said it looked so good on her, and it made me look like I was in prison. And then they even said I copied her, and that's the reason why I had that hairstyle. And I was like, are you guys on planet nuts? Do you not know that is a hairstyle that I have to have to protect my hair when it's winter? No, they don't, because they don't understand what we go through. If you're not African American, you may struggle, but you don't struggle with our hair. Thank you, and I'm happy for you. I'm jealous of you. I'm envious of that you don't have to deal with all this. Trust me, you don't want it. So kudos for not having to deal with my hair. I'm so happy for you. I'm envious. So that's a compliment, not an insult. But I'm saying is that was just really uncalled for ignorance from white people who were basically making fun of me having black hair. That's crazy, right? Yeah. So my point is, getting back to the president, he made when he first came up in here, he wasn't trying to, when he said he was trying to make America great again, you know what he was doing? Separation. Because he basically, what he did was he basically had a plan, and he told all of us what the plan was, and everyone took it for granted. They thought he was joking, he was a joke. And
Guys, I want to keep making awesome videos for you, so just press subscribe and like right now.